Awesome. Hello, my fellow followers. It is fantastic to all have you here. Welcome back to one of my videos. Today, I'm going to be showing you a few tips and tricks that I've found on Ark that I think are pretty useful. This is going to be a short video, unfortunately, but hey, look, I hope this helps. Anyway, first thing I'm going to teach you about is the map and the GPS, or some form of it. Anyway, basically what happens is you need to get a GPS and you need to get a map. Now you're probably wondering, how the hell did I mark my map? There's all these locations there. We've got base and then we've got Fury. Like, how can you do this? Well, let me show you. So if you're on the Xbox, what you do is you just press X when you're looking at your map, and it'll come with this option, add the map marker. So what you're going to do is type in the longitude, so we'll go, you can only do whole numbers, so for example, instead of 15.5, I have to do 15 unfortunately, because it hasn't let me done the other settings. And I think it was 69 was the last one. Yep, 69. And I'll say, let's say, location. We'll call it location, shall we? Location. And then I just hit accept. And then bam, we have location. So now I've got three markers. I've got location, Fury, and base, which is all pretty useful, because, like, you know, say if you've got the show map player location on single player, they'll be like, okay, I'm close to base, or I'm close to that, which is pretty helpful. And also, if you want to get rid of a marker, so for example, you go, press X again, go into this, and you go remove marker, and it comes up with all the ones you've got. So for example, I'm going to remove Fury, and then bam, I've only got, ooh, that was a bit of a glitch. Then I've got location and base only. So that's a cool tip and trick that I learned about that today. Next thing I want to show you, so I'm going to do a tutorial on this. It'll be a long video when I do it, but it's one that I want to show you anyway. So I got to the point where I'm like, I'm sick of flying to Kano Island, so I'm going to build a bridge, and exactly that's what I did. It does look a wee bit dodgy. Reason being is the rafts have a tendency, they will float away due to the currents and all that stuff in Ark, but if you do what I've done, which is place foundations on them, they won't move as much. Like, they'll stay connected to the foundation. But yeah, I found this to be a cheaper way to do it. Otherwise you're going to go deep down the ocean. If you don't have scuba gear, you're going to die, and it's just more of a hassle to build the bridge. So I used rafts and foundations. So yeah, I hope that helps with the whole raft thingy. Now I'm going to show you a bit of the server commands that have just been updated, and then I will end it there. So the server commands, I'm not going to show them all. I'm going to actually do a proper in-depth video about them later. But I'll just give you a bit of an idea of what the new ones are, and a few cool things you might want to know about if you're confused on certain settings. So let's go host local. Alright, so this is where you do all your single player stuff. This is also where you're able to build your own dedicated server. This is mostly better if you have two Xboxes. Reason being is, when you set up this lobby and you do a host dedicated server, what happens is you won't be able to play in the game. Others can join your game, but you won't be able to play in the game. So what I generally do is I get my friend's Xbox to turn on. He puts on his non-dedicated server with the other settings he wants, and then we just play together because he's got two consoles. So lucky him. Anyway, look at the servers updates. So a quick one for you. So difficulty level, of course, will determine difficulty. So if it's at 1, you'll have high level dinos, and it also determines the rarity of the drops you get. So for example, if you have it 0, you might get primitive stuff from like a red drop or something, but if you got it 1, there's a chance you get like maybe a master or a ramshackle, something like that. A few of those other settings I'll go with later. But what I want to mostly show you is the new stats. So basically here we've got this one for us, the actual person you play as yourself. Don't really worry much about these ones, they're still a bit confusing. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I'm trying to get some other people to help me out. But focus on this little slider thing here. Basically this will affect you completely. So I had a bit of an experiment with it. So originally I had like maybe 400 health, you know, something like that. I maxed this all out, and oh my goodness, the amount that just happened, like I went from 1,000 weight to 5,000 weight. Like your oxygen, your stamina just goes nuts. And as soon as you level up, so say for example, if you adjust the right settings, you can go from like 100 health to like 200 health in just one ding. It's like, oh my goodness. So that's pretty cool. And then if you go down to, just going to quickly do a bit of the world one. Sorry, this is a completely brief one. But if you go for spawning time, now I know most people here, including myself, would be pretty annoyed that meat spoils so much, especially prime meat. Well, if you want to stop that, what you do is go spawning time and you go to 6. And what that does is it basically reduces the spoil time. So, increase the spoil time? However you want to say it, but basically put in example, in prime meat, instead of prime meat going away in 1 minute, 1 minute, when you put it to max, it takes an hour for prime meat to spoil. Now that is so useful. And it also increases the spawning time in like fridges. For example, I put some meat in my fridge and it went from like 20 days to 200 days. Now that is so good. And yeah, anyway, so other settings. So no resource radius. Basically, as most of you know, when you place a foundation nearby, that will prevent resources from spawning. So what the no resource radius around the player will determine how far the radius in which resources can spawn. So for example, if it's a 2 thatch foundation radius, so let's just say by 2 foundation radius, no trees or anything will spawn in that 2 thatch foundation radius that you've just built. Same thing applies with the structure. I put it at 6, and I think it's like 6 foundations till something can spawn. I don't know, I haven't really experimented with that. You're welcome to experiment and tell me about it, because I would love to know when I do the updated video. And those that, like, if you really need eggs desperately, like I know that I've needed it just for kibble, so I could do some taming videos in the future. What you do is you put this down to 0, and just be careful for the massive flood of eggs. I legit put this on, I got 20, no not 20, I got, how many Bronto's eggs did I get? I got like close to 50 Bronto eggs in a minute. Like, and Quetzals and Gallimimus eggs. Like, if you have an Oviraptor and you have a male and a female and you put this down to 0, I'm telling you now, the amount of eggs you're gonna get is freaking ridiculous. It is not even like jokes at all. So definitely do that if you want some eggs. Same thing with poop. I have seen a video. Well, actually, no, I haven't seen a video. I was in a lobby with my mate when he put this down to 0. His Quetzal put out like 400 poop in 30 seconds. It is insane. But if you need a lot of poop, put that setting down to 0, man. You're gonna be like instant poop. But I recommend not putting these two on at 0 at the same time. You do that, you're just gonna kill your server. It's just gonna overflow with a lot of crap. Crap. Anyway, so that's generally what I wanted to show you today. I will post a video later about the updated settings. Like I'll go in more in depth than what I've just briefly done. I hope my video has helped you. If you, I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied today. Yeah, please like and subscribe and follow me. I'm on YouTube and Twitch, of course. And yeah, if you want me to do any videos like say taming beaver or anything like that, just look, post in the comments. And if I have the time, I will make sure I'll do it. But yeah, like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing at least 1 video a week, but I'll most likely do more. Probably going to try and do 3 a week at least. And stay tuned, because I'm going to soon do my first ever, start to finish Let's Play game, and I'll also be doing a review shortly and putting some more tips and tricks out there. Hope you have a fantastic day. Tongue-tied for days. Hope you have a fantastic day. The Twitch is... Oh, I'm sorry, the Twitch just died there for a second. Anyway, have a fantastic day or night, whatever your time zone is. I'll catch you around for the next video. Enjoy, guys.